Liverpool rocked by shock twists on and off the pitch. Don't miss a second. Subscribe now for instant Reds updates, exclusives, and breaking alerts.
Steven Gerrard declares if FSG will sack Arne Slot as Liverpool manager after a Xabi Alonso contact, knowing Richard Hughes a little bit. Steven Gerrard has revealed whether he thinks Liverpool owners, Fenway Sports Group, FSG, are going to sack Arne Slot as the manager before the end of the season, with sources telling Team Talk that talks with Xabi Alonso have already started. Liverpool hammered Qarabağ 6-0 at Anfield in the Champions League on Wednesday evening to automatically reach the last 16 of Europe's premier club competition. However, it is Liverpool's Premier League form that has been the cause of fans' frustrations, with the defending champions 14 points behind leaders Arsenal. Our transfer correspondent, Fraser Fletcher, has reported that Liverpool are open to a managerial change in the summer of 2026. Sources have told us that Liverpool have already made informal contact with Xabi Alonso, who is no longer the manager of Real Madrid. Alonso, who was appointed the Madrid boss at the end of last season and left earlier this month, is held in high regard at Liverpool. Liverpool also wanted to hire Alonso as their manager when Jurgen Klopp stepped down from his role at Anfield. We understand that Gerrard has informed the Liverpool hierarchy that he is ready to step in as a stopgap solution should they decide to sack Slot as the manager midway through the season. The former England international midfielder is a Liverpool legend and has strong connections at the club. Gerrard, though, believes that FSG will stick with Slot for now, noting that Liverpool sporting director Richard Hughes and CEO Michael Edwards will give the Dutchman time. Gerrard said about Slot on TNT Sports, "I think he is under pressure for sure. I think there is a large section of the Liverpool fans that are very frustrated. I think some have had enough. I think his pressure is more external, media and supporters that are not happy with the form Liverpool are in from a league point of view. I think internally it will be different. Liverpool have got extremely strong owners, fantastic owners. I think they would want to give the manager, on the back of last season, and any manager for that point, as much support, and they would want to be extremely strong for Arne Slot during this tough time. Try and give him the opportunity to get the team out of it and fix the issues that they've got. I think also, knowing Richard Hughes a little bit and Michael Edwards a bit more, they would want to be strong and rally around the manager. I think that's what Liverpool have done historically. They're not really a club that makes a lot of changes, so I think the pressure is more external than internal." Latest Liverpool transfer news. Real Madrid step aside for a French defender, which has opened the door for Liverpool to complete a deal for him. However, our transfer insider, Graham Bailey, has reported that Chelsea are confident of beating Liverpool to the signing of another French defender. And finally, Liverpool have taken a shine at an Aston Villa attacker, as a top source dismisses claims that Adam Wharton has decided to move to Anfield.
News headline: Steven Gerrard tears into Arne Slot after privately telling FSG why Liverpool should appoint him. It kills you. News in details. Steven Gerrard has hit out at Liverpool manager Arne Slot for his comments before the Champions League game against Qarabağ, as Team Talk reveals what the Anfield legend has told the Merseyside club's hierarchy about replacing him. Liverpool dispatched Qarabağ with ease at Anfield in the Champions League on Wednesday, but doubts on the future of manager Arne Slot remain, especially with the Merseyside outfit out of the running for the Premier League title this season. The Reds won the Premier League title last season as early as late April, which was addressed by Slot on Tuesday ahead of Liverpool's Champions League game against Qarabağ. Slot said, "This is not going to be a popular opinion, but maybe the reason we won the league last season is that we had to play Paris Saint-Germain in the last 16, because they beat us and we had every time a full week to prepare for our next game. Maybe that helped us. Every manager is aware that the bigger squad you have, the better equipped you are for so many games." Liverpool legend Steven Gerrard responded to those comments from Slot on TNT Sports on Wednesday, ahead of the game against Qarabağ, and the former England international midfielder did not pull any punches. Gerrard told TNT Sports, "I can understand the fans being frustrated on the back of that interview for the simple reason is they were 15 points clear. In my opinion, they had the league wrapped up by that point." Steven Gerrard ready to replace Arne Slot at Liverpool. Sources. Sources have told us that Liverpool owners Fenway Sports Group, FSG, are reluctant to sack Slot as the manager midway through the season, but they are open to a change in the summer of 2026. Our transfer correspondent, Fraser Fletcher, has reported that Liverpool have already made informal contacts with Xabi Alonso, who is without a managerial role at the moment following his departure as the Real Madrid manager earlier this month. Sources have intimated to us that Gerrard has informed the Liverpool hierarchy that he is ready to step in as a stopgap should they decide to sack Slot during the season. We understand that the former Rangers and Aston Villa manager believes that his intimate knowledge of Liverpool could help the team in the short term until the Reds find a permanent solution, if indeed they decide to pull the trigger and get rid of Slot. Latest Liverpool transfer news. Bayern Munich star wants more. Chelsea confident of defender deal. Meanwhile, a Bayern Munich defender is waiting for Liverpool to come and get him, as he refused to sign a new deal with the Bundesliga giants. Liverpool are about to offload a winger on loan yet again this season, with the player having a first temporary spell away from Anfield cancelled. And finally, sources have told our transfer insider Graham Bailey that Chelsea are confident of beating Liverpool to the signing of a French defender.
News headline: Steven Gerrard says Liverpool fans have had enough amid Arne Slot verdict from inside Anfield. Arne Slot has been coming under increasing pressure amid Liverpool's poor Premier League form, and Steven Gerrard has given his thoughts on the Reds boss's position. Steven Gerrard feels some Liverpool fans have had enough of Arne Slot, but the Reds legend believes he retains the backing from inside Anfield. Slot has come under increasing pressure amid what has been a poor season in the Premier League, despite the Reds going into the campaign as the defending champions and embarking on a huge spending spree in the summer transfer window. Liverpool dropped out of the top four following defeat to Bournemouth at the weekend and has picked up just 4 points from the last 5 league games, while winning just 5 of the last 18 league outings. Slot has not helped himself with his recent comments either, having seemingly downplayed last season's title win by suggesting that the Reds were helped by being knocked out of the Champions League by Paris Saint-Germain, despite having already been 15 points clear at the top of the table by that point. The Liverpool boss has seen the pressure being turned up on him recently, following Xabi Alonso's dismissal from Real Madrid. The former midfielder has been linked with a return to Anfield as manager, with Slot even having to field questions on the prospect of him being replaced by Alonso. And Gerrard believes Slot is under pressure for his job, although he expects sporting director Richard Hughes and FSG chief Michael Edwards to continue backing him. "I think he's under pressure for sure," Gerrard told TNT Sports. "I think there's large sections of the Liverpool fans that are very frustrated. I think some have had enough. I think internally it'll be different. I think Liverpool have got extremely strong owners, fantastic owners. I think they'd want to give the manager on the back of last season, and any manager for that point, as much support, and they'd want to be extremely strong for Arne Slot during this tough time, and try and give him the opportunity to get the team out of it and fix the issues that they've got. I think also, knowing Richard Hughes a little bit, and Michael Edwards a bit more, they would want to be strong and rally around the manager. I think that's what Liverpool have done historically. They're not really a club that makes a lot of changes, so I think the pressure is more external than internal."
News headline: Arne Slot issues a furious response as Liverpool boss faces backlash after PSG claim. Liverpool boss Arne Slot has issued a furious response after receiving backlash for his comments on last season's title win, having suggested his side may have benefited from getting knocked out of Europe. Arne Slot has issued a furious response after facing backlash from supporters, as well as club legend Steven Gerrard, who labeled them a body blow for fans. Slot, though, insists that his quotes have been taken out of context, having bemoaned the way in which his comments are analyzed. "Yesterday, I used the word might, but not everyone is listening about it. Losing to PSG might have helped us," Slot said in his pre-match press conference on Tuesday, as per the Daily Mail's Lewis Steele. "I meant we did not face injuries after that. People want to make my world more ridiculous. This club, it hits us harder with injuries." Delving deeper into how he feels his comments have been taken out of context, Added said, "I don't follow all of it, but sometimes you hear certain things. I have always tried to be myself when I'm a manager and try to give long answers and explain in the best possible way what I mean in a different language, although I think I'm quite okay at English. Maybe not as perfect as in my own language, but if you give long answers, maybe you miss a certain word in some answers, and people start to get an opinion about it. But I'm not going to change. I'm not going to say yes or no, because this is who I am, and you have to accept in this business that people have opinions about you, and that's completely normal, and I don't mind. But I try to explain as best as possible. What I can't explain, because I cannot always say everything, I have to protect everyone as much as I can involved in this football club, ownership to the players. But if you have long answers, sometimes people can have opinions as well.
News headline: David Ornstein issues Arne Slot sack warning. These are testing times for Liverpool head coach Arne Slot. A Premier League title winner after his first season in charge, this campaign has been altogether more difficult. The Reds have won only 5 matches since October in the top flight, with their Dutch tacticians struggling to implement a successful style. Slot's problems are compounded by the fact that sporting director Richard Hughes furnished the squad with $450 million of new signings last summer. The Anfield club broke the British transfer record twice in deals for Florian Wirtz and Alexander Isak, while others, including Hugo Ekitike, Giovanni Leone, Milos Kerkez, Jeremy Frimpong, and Georgi Mamardashvili, were also added at considerable expense. But the title holders are way off the pace in the Premier League, having failed to win any of their last 4 outings. Arne Slot told to improve or else. Pressure is ramping up on the 47-year-old, who is only under contract on Merseyside until 2027. Renowned journalist David Ornstein, in a recent appearance on Sky Sports' The Transfer Show, and dropped some knowledge on Slot's future. According to the Athletic Supremo, club bosses, including FSG's CEO of football, Michael Edwards, have got no plans to make a change in the dugout mid-season unless there is a sharp drop-off in form. But Ornstein did warn Slot that a reckoning would be coming at the end of the 2025-26 season. If objectives for the campaign haven't been reached, then Liverpool may consider other options. No Slot sack until summer, says Ornstein. Every time you make checks, you're told nothing will happen before the summer, he said. Clearly, as we see at many clubs, the summer is the time for review, and it will be fascinating to see which way Liverpool and other teams go at that point. Naturally, if results deteriorate to an alarming degree, I presume the hierarchy at any club, even if they're backing their head coach or manager, will have to think about it. But I think the intention at Liverpool is to back him. So I don't think we can write him off yet. I don't think we can ignore the Champions League progress and the opportunity for success there. But it is a really tense situation. It needs to improve. It's not at the level Liverpool fans or the club have come to expect. The onus is on Slot and the sporting hierarchy, Richard Hughes, Michael Edwards, and others, to turn it around. Gerrard and Alonso are waiting. Liverpool legend Steven Gerrard is reportedly waiting in the wings as an emergency option should the club sack Slot. And with Xabi Alonso out of work and available since his sacking by Real Madrid, Slot has been well warned that there are candidates ready to come in and take over.
News headline: Steven Gerrard hits back at Arne Slot's unpopular Liverpool title claim amid backlash from supporters. Arne Slot has caused a stir with his comments on Liverpool's title win last season, with club legend Steven Gerrard hitting back at the Reds' boss amid backlash from supporters. Steven Gerrard has admitted he can understand why Liverpool fans are frustrated with Arne Slot, calling his recent comments a body blow to supporters. Slot caused controversy in the build-up to the Reds' final league phase game in the Champions League against Qarabağ, with the Liverpool boss having suggested that his side getting knocked out of Europe last season played a big part in the eventual Premier League title win. This is not going to be a popular opinion, what I'm going to tell you now, but maybe the reason why we won the league last season is that we had to play Paris Saint-Germain in the last 16, Slot said in his pre-match press conference on Tuesday. As you know, they beat us, and we had every time a week to prepare for the next game. Maybe that has helped us as well. Maybe if we had to double up that program, which Arsenal had, and they dropped a few points in that period of time, that has helped us in winning the league. Slot's comments have not gone down well with supporters, not least because Liverpool had already been 15 points clear at the top of the Premier League by the time it was knocked out by PSG last season. With the Dutchman already coming under pressure for the Reds' poor league form, club legend Gerrard feels Slot has done himself no favors. Yeah, I can understand the fans being frustrated on the back of that interview. The simple reason is they were 15 points clear. In my opinion, they had the league wrapped up by that point, and to sort of say that helped them is a body blow for the fans, really. The fans have been on the journey. They've paid good money to follow the team in the Champions League games, so the frustration and the emotion when you go out of the Champions League, a player or a fan, it hurts. Joe and Ali will tell you, it really kills you. So to say that went and helped you when you were already 15 points clear, you can understand the fans' frustrations. Liverpool will be looking to the Champions League for some respite this season, with the Reds on course to qualify for the last 16 and avoid an extra playoff round. It's what the fans are holding on to at the moment. Of course, it would be so important to fight for a top 4 finish, but for the fans, it's let's go for the FA Cup, let's go all the way in the Champions League.